Hello everyone, welcome to my 5th WIP Chat. I believe it's my 5th. So it's kind of sad that I've sort of already lost track. Today I am working on what I've been referring to as Sakura Temple. It is a round full drill acrylic kit that I got off Amazon from the brand Instarry. It has a total of 30 colors. It's 54.5 by 115 centimeters and has just under 80,000 drills. And I'm currently working on my 50th section out of 56. I'm right here at the very end. For those who don't know, a WIP Chat is essentially I'm working on a work in progress, which is this. And then I'm just going to chat, so you can watch me work on this, or you can just listen to me talk in the background while you do your own thing. I normally listen to WIP Chats. Personally, that's what I do. But yeah, like I said, I'm on the 50th of 56 sections. I've been working on... I started this on the 1st of February. It is now the 25th. And I've been doing 2 sections a day. So 56 divided by 2, there's 28. There's 28 days in February. I should finish it by the end of the month, and I am perfectly on track. Just get this started. There's not a ton of the colors in this kit down here at the bottom, like, it's using mostly just the darker colors. There's not as many of the pinks and stuff that were up at the top. It's a lot more of the purples and blues. But I'm very excited to be getting to the end of this. And there's like some colors that I know there's none of those colors left in it. I think there's only one B left in one of those sections. But then I'm going to be done with that, which is wild. And I believe that's the last H. Wow, that's loud. But this past week has been sort of kind of eventful. I finished my Diamond Art Club mini dazzles of the trees and leaves, which I've already hung up in our bathroom, and I'll put a photo in post. I'm very happy with how they ended up. I ended up, because I kept, like, my hands kept getting itchy every time I was working on it. So my mom had brought over some, like, fingerless gloves that she had that I tried using, and those solved that problem. Thank God, because I have already ordered more stuff from Diamond Art Club, so if I was like sensitive to their resin or whatever it is that I'm having to have a reaction to, and there wasn't an easy solution, it would kind of suck to like have to just suffer through those. But wearing the fingerless gloves, I haven't had any more itching of my hands when working on it. And I think I finished it on Sunday. The mini ones on Sunday. Either Sunday or... No, I definitely finished them Sunday. There's no way I finished them yesterday because I had D&D yesterday. I also finished the square diamond painting that I've been working on with my roommate. So she finished her square one and I finished my square one. And I'm considering doing like a post review on that one because it was from Amazon, but from like I don't remember what the brand is called right now, but they clearly like actually have a focus on diamond paintings, and it's not just like one of those random gibberish brands that pop up. And there are like other kits of theirs that I want to get. But I finished that one, and then I'm getting close to finishing my lo-fi neon astronaut one that I've been working on this month. And if I do... Well, with the stuff I finished this month already, plus this one, that would be 4. If I'm able to finish the Lo-Fi Space one, it'll put me at 5 finishes this month, which is what I tend to average around, at least for the little time that I have been diamond painting. 5 kind of seems to be a sweet spot for me. So I'm hoping I can get that done. I only have 4 sections left on that one. So, and it has a lot of color blocking in it. So that should go fairly quickly. But it depends on how much other stuff happens in my life in the next few days. But going back to the Diamond Art Club stuff, like I finished the mini dazzles, the Leaves and Trees, or Trees and Leaves, whatever that set is called. And then the ones that are already at my house, but that I can't touch yet, are the Drinks mini dazzles, and then Plant Delivery by Yume Arts. And those are technically birthday presents for me. My birthday's not till April, so I can't actually touch those yet. But I did, when I was, as I was getting closer to finishing the Trees and Leaves mini dazzles, I downloaded the apps that I feel like the first, because I already used like the first time, like one of the affiliate codes to get 20% off my very first order, but then I downloaded the apps so I could get the 20% off my first app order. And I'd been trying to decide what I wanted to do with that, because I've been like saving up a little bit of money each week so that I could like do another Diamond Art Club purchase. And I had Warm Witch in my cart, so I knew I wanted that. And then I was like, well, do I want some more mini dazzles, or I looked at different kits, and I ended up settling on getting Avatar State, because Avatar is an amazing show, and that's like on the smaller sizes. I don't remember exactly how big that one is, but it's not huge, like Plant Delivery. I don't remember how big Warm Witch is either, but less small. It's Warm Witch by Ivy Dollamore. I believe Warm Witch is by Ivy Dollamore. But whatever. So I had those 2 in my cart, but then that wouldn't get me over the like free shipping threshold after the 20% discount. I wouldn't have been able to get free shipping on it. So I knew that I'd been considering either getting one of the multi-placers or one of the mini dazzles, but like I couldn't decide on which other mini dazzle set I wanted. And then last week, at some point, they dropped the Art Supplies mini dazzles, and I was instantly like, yeah, that's the one I'm getting. So I put that in my cart, but I still had to wait a few days before ordering because I needed to wait for my wife's paycheck to come in for those other funds to buy them. So I just ordered those 3 today, and obviously I don't know exactly what day they'll be in, but either the end of this week or early next week. And I might start the Art Supplies mini dazzles, but the bigger ones I'll probably put off, or the Warm Witch or Avatar State I'll probably put off, because I have other diamond paintings that have been sitting in my stash for a while that I want to, like, been waiting to get to. So those will probably wait a little longer, but we'll see. But now, with the 2 orders I've done through Diamond Art Club, I actually have, and like doing, when you first sign up and through the rewards program, now this means that the next time I want to order from Diamond Art Club, I can get $25 off, which is exciting. So I have no idea what I'll order then. I mean, I have lots of stuff in my wish list. Most of it is out of stock though, so I'll probably wait to see if some of those things come back in stock before making a decision. And also, like, I want to do more of the stuff in my stash before I just go buying a ton more things. Yeah, that is all. I think that's all the Diamond Art Club related stuff I had to talk about. But still on the subject of diamond painting, like I mentioned, I finished the square kit that I was doing alongside my roommate. And we also finished, because when we diamond paint together, we like to listen to audiobooks. So same day that we both finished our kits, we also finished listening to I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurtney. So now that's done, which I'm kind of relieved about, because not gonna lie, that book was a little triggering. But it was a good book. I'm glad I listened to it. But for those who have not been around for earlier ones of my WIP Chats, before me and my roommate started listening to I'm Glad My Mom Died. Is it I'm Glad My Mom Died or I'm Glad My Mother Died? The one by Jeanette McCurtney. You know, that book. Before we had listened to that, we had listened to The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie. And this Thursday, I want to say it's Thursday, the Netflix special thing that has Sherry Frankie, the dad, and her brother is coming out. So me and my roommate have already agreed that we're gonna watch all that together. I'm not sure how long that'll be, but I think it's 3 parts, and I don't know if they'll each be like an hour or something. There might be more information on it online already, but I don't know. All I know is that we'll be watching that, and I might try to diamond paint while watching it. You know, obviously it's going to be mostly an interview style, I presume, so I doubt that I'll need to be looking at the screen. But that is one thing that's happening this week that, depending on how, like, I think I'll still be able to get diamond painting done while that's going on. So it shouldn't affect my diamond painting progress and trying to finish all of my current WIPs before the end of the month. But it might. It's possible, even though I don't think it will. In other more general news, our toddler is finally, like, sleeping in their own room, and they've been going down really quickly, really easily. There was one night when they took a bit longer, but, like, for the most part, this past week, it has gone so much smoother than I expected, and I am so grateful for that. Like, I could not be more grateful. What was I doing? I don't know, I'm always paranoid that I forgot to hit record. But I guess that's just something I'm gonna deal with. But then kid sleeping. Other than that, there hasn't been much going on in, like, my, like, actual, like, life. We had our D&D game last night, which, I mean, I guess that is still kind of related to my actual life. So, one of the players didn't show up, the DM's brother, and the DM was, like, you know, trying to text him, because, like, he hadn't texted to say that he wasn't showing up. So the DM was like trying to text him to see if he was just running late or like what was happening, but he was not like responding at all. And then when we went to, we started without him, and we got to rolling something that like his character would have been better at. I think we were trying to convince something of someone, and he's the bard, so he has good persuasion. And so we're just gonna, still not sure if he was gonna show up in a few minutes or not. We're like, okay, well, this is probably something his character would do. So we went to like pull up his character sheet, or the DM went to pull up his character sheet on D&D Beyond to make sure the roll was like you rolled the correct number and added the correct modifiers, and he had completely deleted his character. So yeah, apparently he wants nothing to do with the campaign anymore. And later that night he did eventually respond to like the DM over text, and was apparently not very nice, and was being very passive aggressive about things. And I think he's upset about things not related at all to the campaign, but he's being, I guess, childish, and I don't know. So now we are down one player, though, which I'm okay with, because originally we had 5 players, and then we had another person join, so then we had 6 players, and as soon as that 6th person joined, I was like, it's like, I kind of, I mean, I didn't dread D&D nights as a whole, but like, I always had to like prepare myself, being like, okay, like, for some reason that one extra player made like my social anxiety so much worse. But now we're back down to 5, so maybe it'll be okay again. Hard to say for sure, but we'll see. Because he was gone, and then a different one of our players was also gone. But he did actually text the DM and be like, "Hey, I won't be able to make it tonight." So, we don't even have U's. Why did I dump out the U's? We shall never know. But there were only 4 of us, and we already knew that this would probably be a more roleplay heavy session, just because of how last week's session went, and we're kind of stuck in the same place for the next 30 days because our ship is getting upgraded. So, it's probably works out that, there's nothing super important happening at current. Not that the roleplay's not important, though. This last session, we ended up spending most of it just shopping. It might have gone to more other places had we not been short players, but oh well. We spent it shopping, but the island that we're on right now, it's not really an island. It's just we docked on a giant ship. It's like the size of a city. But it's like where all the outcasts and stuff go, so it's kind of, not like the safest environment, kind of hectic. We went and found an inn, were able to get some rooms for the rest of the month for a discounted price. I tried talking to the innkeeper, but that didn't go much of anywhere. But then we're like, well, the city kind of works like a labyrinth where like streets will move from day to day, so we're like, we probably want to try to find a guide, someone who lives here and will be able to get us around, because we still need to find rations, supplies, and stuff for the next 30 days. Like, we can't just hunker down in an inn. That'd be boring as all hell. And we ended up finding this guy who agreed to be our chauffeur for a gold a day. And we agreed to that. And so now he's following us around. He won't he won't give us his name. So he asked us to just call him Chauffeur. So we've just been calling him Chauffeur. He's the one who like showed us all the markets, got us discounts with all like the local shopkeepers. And we got some decent stuff. We managed to find a map to one of the like major ships, which my wife's character has been wanting to find for a very long time, and has been pushing to like go to that ship since the very start of the campaign, essentially. But we didn't have a map there, so like it wasn't necessarily an easy thing to do. But now we do, which is great. And it was pricey, but I think it's worth it. I do think it is worth it to get there. Once we actually get our ship back and can travel again. So that's nice. But it does seem like, because my wife's character is the one who's been like paying our chauffeur. We do have party funds that we could pay him with. But we just spent a lot of our party funds on upgrades for our ship, which is why we don't have our ship right now, because it's getting upgraded. So, like, we do have some party funds, but not a ton. But my wife's character has a decent amount of money from gambling. And so she has agreed to pay our chauffeur. But it's kind of looking like the chauffeur might want to stick around as part of our crew, as like an NPC crew member, which we do need because like throughout the campaign our ship is, it's getting bigger, it's getting upgrades, and the bigger the ship, like, we need a crew. We can't just run the ship with 6 people. It wouldn't function. So we're kind of thinking that, especially with losing one of our players, we might turn this chauffeur guy, after the 30 days, if everything goes well with him, we might offer him a spot on the crew, which, I mean, I sort of already did offer him a spot on the crew, because he was like, how do you guys have this much money? Like, whatever crew you're on must pay you super well. And I was like, well, technically, I'm the captain of this crew. So, if you're interested, we might have a position open for you. And we were joking, kind of trying to make light of having lost a player in such a weird way. We're like, well, we do actually have a spare room now. So that's all good and fun, I guess. Dots. I think that's pretty much all as far as like how D&D went last night. We didn't run very long, but it was still fun. I still enjoyed it. We did get, I think, a little bit into role-playing. We didn't get super far into role-playing and like finding out lore. Like I said, we mostly went shopping, but we did have a chance to banter back and forth just as the characters with like within our own group, even if we didn't find out too much information from any NPCs or anything. So it was nice. But moving on from D&D related stuff, the only other thing going on in my life at all is that I finally caved and listened to Epic. And I really wish I had done it sooner, because our roommates love Epic. When they first moved in back in, I don't know, it was like half a year ago, whatever month that was, they, I had heard them mention Epic several times, and then like when the Ithaca saga was completed, they watched the watch party thing, whatever it was. And then, like, I think that happened around Christmas. But also, like, when my family was in town, both of my younger sisters were talking about Epic a lot. And my roommate had even mentioned to me, he was like, you seem like the type of person who would be into this. Like, I mean, when he first brought it up, he was like, you must know about Epic. Like, you seem like that kind of person. I was like, I have no idea what that is. But, so I had it in my mind, I was like, well, you know, having just heard the premise of it being a musical about the Odyssey, I was like, yeah, that seems like my kind of thing. So, like, I was interested in it. And over the past few months or so, like, I've tried listening to it, but then I'd never gotten past the Troy Saga. Most of the time I didn't get past Just a Man because something about my hyperfixation and my ADHD brain just clung to that song. And so there were several times where I was like, okay, today's the day I'm going to listen through Epic. And then I'd listen to the first two songs and then be like, nah, I want to listen to Just a Man, and just put that on repeat for the rest of the day. So that's how my brain works. And that was all good and fun. I love that song. It's still, like, definitely in my top 3 from the whole musical. But finally, last week when I wasn't, like, I was, normally I watch WIP Chats while diamond painting, or like diamond painting unboxing. Like, I'll watch some diamond painting content while I diamond paint. But last week I was just not feeling it. Like, there were still videos coming out by the people I watch, and, like, you know, I did, like, try watching them, but, like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. And then finally I was like, you know what, maybe this, like, I can put on Epic, and if I'm diamond painting, like, I'll be busy, so I won't, like, be able to, like, I mean, I could, if I was really paying attention, end up putting Just a Man on repeat. But I was like, maybe this will be easier. So I pulled up, like, some of the animatics. I found a playlist that just had animatics for every single song on YouTube. And I pulled that up while diamond painting, and I listened to the first act all one day, and then the second act the other day. I believe that's how it's split up, that it's just 2 acts. If it's not, I listened through to Monster the first day, and then the next day I listened to the rest of it. And I knew I would love it. I knew from the moment my roommate first told me the premise that I would love it. And like I said, I've been meaning to listen to it for a very long time. And I finally did, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's amazing. And I could talk about this extensively, but also I know that my 30 minutes, which is what I try to keep these videos around, is pretty much over. So I guess I'm just going to leave you there. I'm still on the dots. I didn't get very far in this section, but that's okay. I'm going to finish it off camera. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.